Man, you can use Humble for Ransom too, and I'm gonna use XXX and DNA for my album. And I was like, hey, bro, like I appreciate it, bro, but I don't know if that's right.
Popping y'all for Complex. I am Jordan Rose, and today I'm joined with multi-platinum Grammy Award-winning producer Mike WiLL Made-It is in the building, or virtually. What's up, Mike? How you feeling?
Man, you can't forget the underground legend. You know what
All
I'm saying? You
that.
can't forget the executive, man. You feel me? They
All
always
that.
want to jump straight to the business. You know what I'm saying?
I had
No,
to.
no, that's love, bro. I appreciate you, man. What's up with you, P?
Man, look, nothing much, man. We were just chopping up. Last time we had seen each other, we was golfing, and you had given me some valuable golfing lessons that I'm still keeping with me. But I'm excited to now
Yeah,
see you in your second element, which is in this
yeah,
versus matchup. How you
yeah.
feeling going into this?
Man, I feel good, man. Like it should be fun. Like me and Hit Boy, we both got deep catalogs. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be dope. Like to see like, and both of all of our songs like had like a big ass cultural impact. You know what I'm saying? And I just know like just knowing where I started. You know what I'm saying? I started like I said underground. You know what I'm saying? And then I was an underdog, and then I made a way, and I built like a production team, and then we built like, you know what I'm saying, like a force, and then we ended up taking over the industry like we always wanted to, and we had a lot of success. We had a great run, so like it's blessed to be able to like do little things like this, like Grammy Award weekend, like with this big ass platform that Swiss Beats and Timbo created. You know what I'm saying, for creators, for producers, for artists, like, you know what I'm saying, because sometimes like when you step away and you start living life or you start doing different things and stuff, like if you're not right there currently like pushing like I did this or I did that, or you know what I'm saying, or even letting people know, they don't even think they even connect the dots. So it's dope that Swizz and Timbo put together this verses, and this it's dope that they reached out. You know what I'm saying? It's right on time because we in the mode of like about to start dropping a lot of music this year. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? We're back in that eardrummer mode. We got Sway Lee album on the way. We got my album on the way. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of new artists on the way. And you know what I'm saying? We're back to doing what we do best over here at Eardrummers, man. So, man, I'm excited about this verses, man. It's going to be dope. I would say, like, they were trying to only get me to play, like, 20 songs or either 15. I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't even know, because there's going to be some people that's upset that's like, man, why you didn't play this or why you didn't play that?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize like that shit couldn't fit in like 15 or 20. Like we got way too many bangers, man. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
look, I'm gonna tell you
Word.
this. We just put out a interactive website on Complex where you can go through. I think we chose like 60 of each of your songs out of your catalog, and we can people can
That's
like
hard.
choose what songs that they would put in like your versus set list, and see if they're gonna try to see if they can match it up and sequence it the way that you're gonna play it. I saw that you put on your IG story, I think it was today, asking people what songs they wanted to hear from you during the matchup. What songs did you see people sending you in that poll?
It's it's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Because you got because like when I lock in with an artist, like I go on like a run. I don't like send beats and like cross my fingers or hope to get a placement, or just like, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't really like just go to like certain camps and like work on certain artists. It's like when I'm coming with an artist, it's like, man, it's like a whole run. It's like a whole like 100-yard dash or something. Like we're gonna drop a few joints. So it's like you got certain people that's like been with me from day zero, day one, and they like the old Gucci Man records and like the come up records. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they watch me like evolve in real time. You know what I'm saying? And so like all that no pad, no pencil Gucci stuff, or either like Future, like me and Future tore up the streets, and then we tore up the industry, and then we tore up the mainstream, and then me and Miley, we did the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really changed the game, like literally changed the game, and like took genres away. You know what I'm saying? And like really, really just pointed out the elephant in the room, where it's like it doesn't have to be so formulaic and like, you know what I'm saying? So like structured. It's like everybody likes all types of music. So like this artist that you're used to hearing like this, you can hear them on this, and it still feels good as long as it feels cool. And then me and Kendrick, of course, we had a epic run. You know what I'm saying? Like we got them joints. You know what I'm saying? And then man, the Beehive is active for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of different people hitting from different ways, and there's a lot of people saying certain songs that I'm like, damn, I ain't even know if people actually heard that joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't really know like that even impacted. Like, you know when certain songs impact because you can like see the success, but certain songs that you put out, like you just hope like it found somebody, and it's like certain songs is like, damn, okay, dope. And same with 2 Chainz, my bad, 2 Chainz too. We had a crazy run too, so it's a lot of people hitting back about 2 Chainz. But yeah, man, it's all kind of stuff, man. Like, it should be fun. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna play that night.
Yeah, like you kind of just ran down a ridiculously extensive resume of artists that you've worked with from a whole bunch of genres, from Miley, B, Future.
And the tough thing, bro, because I wasn't even thinking about this, because I got a production company, Eardrummers. So I wasn't even thinking about this, but it's like, certain people are like, man, you gotta play The Box, or you gotta play Sunflower, you gotta play, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what you brought to the game too, even like setting up these sessions, or even if you're not, and I'm like, nah, this is all about the joints that I curated and I put together and I locked in with an artist, and we came with a sound and a direction, and we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, so it's even harder because Eardrummer started off as just me, but then it's like, it's so big now, it's so many different producers, and we're covering so much sound, and it's like a lot of these were like defining moments for like our favorite artists and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody wants to hear something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Well, so speaking on what people want to hear, I also wanted to touch on, obviously you have a ridiculously extensive catalog and resume, and what we've been doing in these interviews is I just want to hear the story behind a few songs that could potentially be on your Versus set list. You know, the first one, I don't know if this is gonna make the cut because you do have to choose a select few songs and you got a lot, but this is probably one of my personal favorite Mike WiLL Made-It produced tracks. I think it's one of the greatest R&B tracks of all time. Body Party, Sierra, Ridiculous. Can you just, you know, kind of go through how did that record come together and how did that beat come together? Because that one's crazy.
Man, so like that one right there, it was that's a joint for me and P Nasty. It was like we knew like that beat was like gonna be a specific R&B joint. We knew it was gonna cut through the R&B lane, like that's what we were aiming for. But then we didn't know like what artists like we could get it to, because we didn't have access to just every artist at that time. Like we were still on the come up. But one artist that we were working real close with was Future, and so we were working close with Future on his album. We had just did Move That Dope. We had just did Real and True. We My Mama. We were working on that Honest project, and at the time he was working on Sierra's album as well. So Future was like, man, I need some shit for CC. So the first joint we did was Wake Up No Makeup, and then we thought that was like the shit. We thought that was hard, but then like it was like I was playing this beat and I was like, hey Pluto, I ain't gonna lie, man, we need to get this one to see. You know what I'm saying? Because it had that Ghost Town DJ sample in it. It had that A-Town feel, but it was a different tempo. It was like slowing it down than what they're used to hearing it. And then and so like Future was like, oh yeah, this will be out of here. So man, him and Pooh Bear locked in. Damn, hold on. My bad. I said Pooh Bear. Man, him and Jasper. My bad. You good. Him and Jasper. All right, cool. Yeah, him and Jasper had locked in. Man, they locked in, and then they locked in with Sierra, and they worked on the joint. I came to the studio. They already had like a lot of it laid down. It was like, I'm like, yo, bro, this is like out of here. You know what I'm saying? Then Sierra kept finishing it, and then we went and got it mixed with Jason Joshua. Me and Jason probably mixed about 5 to 10 times, 5 different takes. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny at first. You know what I'm saying? My boy P, he was trying to figure out like, cause we had so many different songs that we were giving. So he was like, man, is this Sierra one the one or is that one the one? He was like, you think that one's the single? He didn't know at first, but then like, man, he was like, man, we both ended up trusting it. Like, man, yeah, we're gonna go with this one, bro. I was like, bro, I feel good about this one. Like this one's strong, and like it came out and it impacted, and it was like big. And I feel like that song today, it's like one of those like classic, like, man, that joint is just classic. It just sounds like something that we grew up on, like some, you know what I'm saying, some oldie R&B, but it's like it still sounds new though, and it still sounds fresh, and then but it still brings you back to a time. If you were living during that time, like you were outside or moving around, it brings you back to wherever you was at when you heard that joint. Heavy. Word up. So we call that a moment.
Yeah, that one is stamped. That's why I had to get the story on that one. The next one I want to hear about, kind of on the flip side of it, Mercy, another classic, posse cut. Talk about how did that beat come together, and obviously with Kanye's involvement, like how much was his, like how involved was he also in that process of just like giving you feedback?
Man, that was all the way Kanye's vision, like in Mercy, which is like the difference between Mercy and, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the joints in my catalog is like that joint. I was like all the way in like beat making mode, like, you know what I'm saying. You got beat maker, you got producer, you got super producer, you got executive producer. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wore many hats. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, like Kanye had reached out and he was just like, man, bro, there's a time in hip hop where like a certain producer comes through and they have certain drums and it just cuts through a certain type of way, and like they just have to pick the right artists on the right beats. And right now, like, you're that guy. And this was the first day I met him. You know what I'm saying? Damn. He flew me to New York. And I really thought, like, when he flew me to New York, I already respected Kanye as a producer, but I wasn't sure if I was going to walk in the room and he was going to act like he didn't know who I was or what songs I've done or anything like that. But that's the first thing he said to me. And he was like, man, look, bro, I got this song that I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just don't have no drums. Like, I just want you to go in on the drums. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm coming to you cause you the source. You the source of the drums. Like, I just want to see what you'll do with the drums. And then, so I did a couple of different variations. And then man, we messed around with it, but I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know how big Mercy was gonna be cause I was so locked in on like, damn, man, I'm trying to get Ye on one of these joints that I brought up here for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? One of these, like, I'm trying to get in my producer bag. Like, man, trying to get Ye out of pocket or get him on another sound, but it's like I learned a lot with working with Ye because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a role player no matter what. So when I went out there, it's like I'm working on it with like with like Mike Dean or like with Jeff Basker or like, you know what I'm saying. Even that's when I met Travis Scott. It's like just being up there in that atmosphere and just, you know what I'm saying. Like doing those drums and seeing where Mike Dean takes it and does his break, and then, you know what I'm saying, seeing how Kanye takes all that. Like he's essentially using like all these different producers that he respects, like a beat maker might use a sound pack. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I get this vibe from Mike Will, I get this vibe from Mike Dean, I get this vibe, and then, you know what I'm saying, he sonically puts it together. But he knows what direction that he's going in. So I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying, playing my role during that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a player like Robert Ory, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play my role, man. As long as we're gonna bring home the ship, we're gonna bring home the ship, man. And I feel like we won right there, man. That's a classic right there, man.
Knowing all the beats that you have made in your career, what is the one that you are the proudest of?
I would have to say Black Beatles.
Talk about that. That's actually the other one I was wanting to talk about anyway. So why is that the beat you're proudest of?
Cause like it was like how everything lined up. Like even during that time, it was like I was feeling like, you know, with the industry, when you doing so much, you up so much, you traveling so much, you working on so much, and then like at the same time, like you might be feeling like undervalued, or you might be feeling like, you know what I'm saying, overlooked or whatever, like kind of stuff like that, or you even trying to figure out like what's next. Cause at that time I had checked off everything that I had on my list, like when I was coming up, when I was like, man, yo, these are all my goals. Like I checked off everything. So boom, around that time I was thinking like I was starting to get a little comfortable or take a little step back, but then I'm like, hey man, you know what? No, man. Let me get a new. I need a new laptop. I need to get Fruity Loops on that joint. I was just in LA. I just told my boy, I'm like, hey, bro, go get the biggest laptop that you see in the store, like with the as far as storage space. He literally went and bought the Alienware, a big ass laptop, and it was like a gaming computer. I was like, bro, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I let my boy load up the computer, and then he loaded up the computer. I only had like 4 VSTs on there. And then I had did like some drums. I had did like the drums from Black Beatles, and then I went to one of the VSTs, and then I just hit a button, and I was really trying to find like the note that would go with like the 808. And then when I was holding down that note, it was like that synth just kept riding and it kept looping, and it sounded perfect with the drums. I'm like, matter of fact, I'm not even hitting no more keys. I'm just gonna hold down this one key, and then I played the pianos on top of it, and I was like, man, I don't know what else to do with this shit. I'm gonna send it to Sway. Sent it to Sway. Sway literally sent me back Black Beatles hook, and you know what I'm saying, his first verse. And then Gucci came home, and then I let Gucci hear it. I'm like, man, Gucci, I need you on Shrimp next album, because he said he wanted to do a song with Shrimp. So I'm like, I need you on Shrimp next album. I let Gucci hear it. He like, all right, bet, I'm gonna get to it. All right, say less. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a hit, Gucci. Like, I need this by like next week. He like, bro, I got you. Boom, he aced his verse. Jimmy was already tapped out on the album. Like I said, we already worked so hard on Shrimp Life 2.
Yeah.
Jimmy was already like, I'm done. I'm like, nah, bro, you got to get on this one. Like, Gucci just got on there. By this time, Sway sent me 5 more verses. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Sway, like, this verse is already hard. But he's trying to take out the part, I'm a fucking black Beatle cream seat in the Regal. You know what I'm saying? He trying to take that part out, but then he had a part that one part, I sent you flowers, but you say you didn't receive them. Yeah. Or like Black Beatles in the CD, be back immediately. That was a part of his other verse. So I was like, look, bro, I love all of this too, but we're just gonna put this at the beginning. I love it so much, let's put it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear that Black Beatles in the city, be back immediately to confiscate the money, that was a part of his verse. I put it at the beginning. Then I sent you flowers, but you said you didn't receive it. That was a part of his verse. Put that at the beginning. Now it's just like a structure game. Now I'm structuring the whole thing up, and then Sway hears it, and he goes back and he does like the oohs and the ahs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, add some ad-libs on here. He came back with the beautiful oohs and ahs. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. So now we mix this, speed it up a little bit. We mix it, man. We go through like 20 different versions of the mix, and then next thing you know, it's like, man, this song comes out. It's going up and it's going crazy. It's probably like number 30 or number 20 in the Hot 100. And then now all of a sudden the mannequin challenge happens, and then the whole world freezes. Like literally, like it was like the closest thing to like Pootie Tang or something. Like how Pootie Tang didn't have to say a word, but like he had the greatest song. It's like nobody even had to move a muscle. You know what I'm saying? You just had to have a cool pose, and like you had the best dance to that song. Yeah. And like that shit just shot it up the charts, and then it went number 1. And it was stuck at number 1 for like 8 or 9 weeks. And then like to go number 1 with the person that gave me my first shot, which is Gucci Mane. He gave me my first shot when I was a teenager. And then I gave Rae Sremmurd their first shot, you know what I'm saying, signing them as my first artist to my record label. And for that to be all us to go, that was my first number 1, you know what I'm saying? And that was also Shrimp's first number 1. And I'm sure Gucci probably had another number 1 too, but like that like lining up, that whole like syncing up type of thing. I didn't know what the universe was showing me right there, but I was like, man, that's just ill. Like, and it was like basically what I'm saying is it was such an effortless beat, and then Sway just showed me like, oh, you don't even need nothing else on this beat, you just needed me on this beat. And then, you know what I'm saying, and then Gucci just coming through, and like, it's crazy because when Shrimp's first interview, when Gucci was locked up, he called me and told me like, I want to do a song with them boys. Like, put them on one of my songs. I'm like, nah, we gotta wait till you come home. That's the only way we do it right. And then as soon as he came home, that's the first song we did. That shit went number 1. It's like, I don't know, that's crazy. It's either that one, or my bad, I ain't gonna overtalk you, or Humble. You know what I'm saying? Because
Humble's another one.
Yeah, because Humble is like, I met Dot, and then Dot had put out like a couple albums. And then like he had already put out a couple albums, and I ain't know if Dot was fucking with my beats, but I knew he fucked with me. Every time he come to Atlanta, he would hit me. We would link up. Every time I come to LA, I'll link up. You know what I'm saying? Like Schoolboy Q had linked me and him up, and me and Schoolboy Q already had my hating joint out, and so Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he will always fuck with me every time we come to Atlanta, every time I come to LA. And then I had to ask him, like, damn, what's up, bro? You don't be fucking with my beats? And I was like, damn, like, I know I done gave him like 1,000 bangers. Like, I done gave him every beat I got. Like, just like I said about Kanye, like, I wasn't holding back. Like, I'm giving him them stangers. And he had told me, like, nah, bro, I fuck with your beats. He was like, but when I get on your beats, like, I'm going that way. Like, I'm going on that sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? We about to fuck the game up. I just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he like, I want to find like a hybrid of like what I do and what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so he had came to my house in LA. I remember he came to my house early one day. And he was over my house all day just going through all the beats. He got like a crazy pack. Boom. Couple weeks later, he had called me to the studio and he was like, man, I want you to hear some of these songs that I did. I was like, man, let me hear it. Boom. He played Humble, he played DNA, and he played part of XXX. He had just started on XXX. I was like, bro, what the fuck? He was like, man, hell yeah. And I was about to drop Ransom. I was dropping Ransom 2, like right around that time. And he was like, man, you could use Humble for Ransom 2, and I'm going to use XXX and DNA for my album. And I was like, hey, bro, like, I appreciate it, bro, but I don't know if that's right. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
That's
like
crazy.
That, like, Humble sound like, I'm like, Humble sound like that's your single. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, I feel you. Like, it's a banger, and I wanted to come out for sure. That's why I'm gonna give it to you for your mixtape. But like, he was like, I don't know if it really fits this album that I'm trying to do. But DNA, I feel like that's a single. And I was like, man, I feel you. And I'm with you, but I feel like I'm robbing my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm robbing you, bro. Like, and I know this gonna be big. Like, if you put it out. So, like, I'm talking about like the next morning or the next day, he was like, hey, bro, you might be right, man. Top told me the same thing you said about Humble. And then he was like, what other song you want me to do for the album? So I was like, man, I sent him Perfect Pints, and that's how he had did Perfect Pints. And then we ended up dropping Humble, and that shit ended up shooting through the roof. And then, you know what I'm saying, then he dropped DNA after it. That shit shot through the roof. So Humble was number 1 and DNA was number 2. And it was just like, that was our first time, like, we already had knew each other for 7 years, you know what I'm saying? And just staying down and trusting the process and not getting into my feelings or emotions or anything like that, or even looking at it any kind of way or in my own head, because I see that happen to a lot of people. Like, they might lose patience or like get in their own head or like block their own blessing just by timing type of things. Like, you feel me? So it's like me trusting that process and just rocking with Kendrick, just rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? And like, next thing you know, 7 years later, first song we drop is Humble, and that shit just fucking goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's another one. But I love all of them the same, man. Like, it's like trying to name your favorite child. Like, it's like everything took like time, you know what I'm saying, blood, sweat, and tears, like a lot of effort, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shout out to my production team. Like, it wouldn't even be like possible without them even being the same way. Like, people that trust the process and that understand, like, okay, man, we role players in this one, or we doing this and that one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we just trying to win. So it's like, that's what I was trying to build, was like, with Eardrummers is a winning franchise, and I felt, and to be able to do that is like, man, dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are definitely the realest brother alive to have been offered Humble multiple times by Dot, and out of the kindness of your heart saying, yo, you don't want to do this, you don't want to give me this record. That's crazy as hell. Like, man,
for real. Hey, it's like if you ride with me and I'm just like, man, it's like I almost felt like it was a test. Like, it's like me just riding with you and me just trying to just give you like some fucking a bunch of money or like a watch or like some shit. You just like, hold on, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like, my boy Dot, I feel like it was perfect timing, man. Coming off of Pimp a Butterfly, that was a classic album, and it went this way. And I felt like Humble was just like a totally different way for him to come. And it was just so natural. It was a bop. And I felt like exactly what it is at his shows today. I felt like that's what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And like I was really focusing on like producing like those moments, like those defining moments for artists. Like to see Rihanna perform Poured Up at the Super Bowl and Beyonce perform Formation at the Super Bowl, or like Kendrick perform DNA and Humble at the Super Bowl, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit turns into Super Bowl music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like these ended up becoming like moments, like defining moments. You know what I'm saying? And like that's really what that was the aim, that was the goals. I was like what we were aiming for at that time. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I always knew it'll be a time where we can get back to the Mike Will album, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word.
And it all worked out. And we're about to create another defining moment with this Mike WiLL Made-It Hit Boy versus this Friday, January 30th. Is there anything left you want to tell the people as they prepare to tune into this legendary hit matchup?
Man, I hope y'all enjoy yourself, man. If y'all drink, get y'all something to drink, get y'all something to smoke on, get y'all something good to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time. It's for the vibes. We need some good vibes in the air right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I'm coming for the town. Like the town. This one right here is for the town, man. You feel me? More wins for the town.
More wins for the town. Well, my brother, I appreciate you for
Yes,
joining me.
sir.
I will be out there this weekend, so I can't wait to chop it up with you in person. It's gonna be a
let's get
movie,
it.
all right? For Complex, I'm Jordan Rose. Peace.
Hey, make sure y'all check out my pre-versus playlist on Apple Music right now. It's live.